This right here is probably the most important lesson for anyone who's playing pool on a competitive level, no matter what kind of skill level you have. So if you're just playing occasionally with your friends at the weekend and you're just here for a quick tip, this is probably not the right video for you. But if you're competing in pool, no matter what kind of skill level you are, this video will be beneficial and it will tremendously help your game. And I tell you, I wish someone would have told me that like years ago when I started playing competitively. So first of all, the video probably says something like why skill doesn't matter in pool or why skill is not important when you're competing. And this sounds a bit counterintuitive or a bit strange in the beginning, right? But let me tell you why and what it's really all about. So first of all, what is skill level? Well, skill level just means you're going to the practice table, you're working on certain things, you're working on shot making, on cue ball control, on kicking, on banking, on breaking, on jumping, on rail first, on speed control, on your fundamentals. There's really a ton to learn on in pool. It's crazy. And by doing that, you gain a certain skill level, right? And you're able to play that skill level when you're practicing. But when you're then getting in competition, what really is important is that skill level doesn't matter anymore. Because first of all, you can't magically change your skill level. You can play good or bad, that's right. And everyone has played really, really good, I'm sure of that. But every one of you has played really, really bad. But this doesn't magically change your skill level. Your skill level is fixed. Your skill level changes when you're at the practice table. When you're in competition, you have a fixed skill level, and this is where the skill doesn't really matter anymore. So just a quick example. Take me, for example. I had a really important match day the other day, and I was playing for my team, and I had an important match. I just needed to win that. And before the match, I was like, okay, I have to play at my skill level. I have to perform at my skill level. And what this did to my game is, first of all, I had expectations to myself. I was forcing myself to play at a certain skill level. But with those expectations, of course, I was down in the shot and I was like, oh, you usually make that shot in practice. You better not miss this one. Or, oh, this is an important money ball. Or, I missed that same shot like 3 racks ago. Oh, now it's hill or whatever. Just those really bad things or those expectations or this pressure, what the opponent thinks, that it's important, that it's an important shot, that it's an easy shot that you're not supposed to miss. So the problem is, how do you change that? And the thing you need to do, or the mindset you need to change, that is that it's not about your skill level anymore. When you're in practice, when you're in competition, when you're in practice, it's about your skill level. It's about actively trying to enhance or to improve your skill level and get it higher and higher. But when you're in matches, your skill level is fixed. You can't change it. Everything that counts when you're in a match is your performance level or your performance in general. And what performance just means is how well you can perform at the table. And the better you can perform, the closer you're actually getting to playing your real skill level. So in that match, or I think the second match, I completely had a mindset shift because I knew, okay, you know what? I know I can play. I know I have this certain kind of skill level, right? Now I just worry about performing at the table. And by performing or performance, I mean just seeing what's at the table. I see the layout of the balls. I'm at the table all by myself. No one can interfere. I'm not playing soccer or football where someone can actually come and mess everything up. No, I'm just by myself, like I am actually in practice. So I'm just trying to perform well. And by performing well, I mean just seeing what's in front of me, what I want to do, and then just do everything that I usually do when I'm in practice, just the same as if I'm in a match. Because imagine if you're thinking about practicing, when you're down on a shot in practice, do you really think about, oh, I better not miss that shot? Or, oh, that's an important one? Or, oh, what's the score? No, when you're in practice, you're just trying to make the shot, to bring the cue ball to a certain position or to play a save or whatever without having all those negative things in your mind. And this is what it's really all about, because you can't change your skill level. You will make mistakes. You can't play magically above your skill level. And if you're playing really bad, your skill level doesn't change either, but just your performance changes. And if you take professional players, for example, they have a really high skill level, right? Way above our skill level. But if they would constantly, if they're in matches, worry about what the opponent is thinking about them or what the crowd is thinking about them or that the stakes are really, really high, and if they would worry about all that stuff compared to just performing at the table, doing what needs to be done, then they wouldn't play on that high level all the time because the mental game can completely mess up your mind. You can miss the easiest shots if your mental game is all over the place. So what those professional players have managed is they're able to perform also really high. And the better you're at performing at the table, let's say this is your skill level, and your performance is really, really good, you can actually play really, really close to your skill level. Take me, for example. Of course, my skill level isn't all the way up there, but it's pretty good. I can play really, really decent when I'm here all by myself, when I'm not doing a live stream or when I'm not in competition. When I'm just doing like challenges or practice, I can play really, really well. But when I'm in competition and my skill level is here, my performance is pretty much down here because I'm constantly worrying about what others think about me because I'm the YouTube coach, the guy who's telling you how to play pool, who basically should know everything and can do everything at the table. And this is why I never or very, very seldom can perform really at my skill level. And I had a couple of matches, of course, where this happened. I remember one at the Derby City Classic against Josh Burbel, where I played really, really good. But just as said before, my performance was here, and the next match it was here. And what I did was at that time, I was so fed up because it's so annoying if you know you can play a certain skill or you have a certain expectation to your game, but when you're performing and you're in matches, then you're constantly missing shots just because of the mental game. And I was so fed up that I didn't really worry about my skill anymore or about making mistakes anymore or about even losing the game. I didn't worry if I lose that match. I was just worrying about performing like I want to perform, like I'm performing when I'm in practice, just seeing what needs to be done at the table and then just trying to solve that puzzle because each single turn at the table is just a puzzle you want to solve. Is it playing safe? Is it controlling the cue ball? Is it going this or that route? It's just a puzzle and you just want to solve that puzzle. And it doesn't really matter what kind of skill level you have, what's at stake, who you're playing against. You just want to perform. And if you really live up to that mindset, you automatically get your performance higher and higher. And this means you can play closer and closer to your real skill level. And what happens then automatically is if you're then going to the practice table and improve your skill level and you manage the performance part, then you will actually play better and beat stronger players. If you're constantly at the practice table and you're increasing your skill level, you're playing better and better, you're getting better at shot making, at cue ball control, at all that stuff, but your performance level stays down here while your skill level constantly increases, it doesn't really pay off and it's really frustrating. And yeah, I gotta tell you, I'm just fed up to playing the game that way because I went to so many tournaments, hundreds of tournaments or hundreds of matches where I just lost because my mind was all over the place because I was constantly worrying about playing at my real skill level compared to just worrying about my performance, which is just trying to solve the stuff that is at the table and just enjoying the game and playing the game like I want to play the game. Because it's totally fine. You have to expect misses, right? You're gonna make misses. Everyone, even pro players, are gonna make miss easy shots or gonna miss shots or make mistakes. So you have to expect those misses. And that's totally fine. As long as you just did everything you need to do and then you make a mistake, it's fine. But I remember, like, I would say over half of the mistakes, I would say even 3/3 of the fourth, let's say 75%, I don't know how to say it in English, 75% of my mistakes at the later stage, of course, were caused by just a mental mistake because I was worried, I was afraid, I was all over the place, I was nervous, whatever, and this really took the joy out of the game. So, long story short, when you're not worrying about your skill level, when you're just worrying about the performance or just trying to perform or just trying to solve the puzzle in front of you, then this magically takes all the pressure away. And I've noticed that in the league day where I had this switch in mindset, where I didn't expect myself to make or miss the shot, where I was just trying to focus on the process, just trying to solve that process, and where I wasn't forcing myself or wasn't expecting myself to make that shot, where I just focused just on executing it and just performing the shot. This really took so much pressure off me, because I remember before, or living to the, or where I was having those expectations, I was constantly afraid of missing. But when I was just focusing on the process, on just executing the shot, on just performing, I had no pressure whatsoever. And it is crazy how much this changes everything if you can play shots without any pressure. And this is basically what this kind of mindset or this approach taught me, to play shots without any pressure, because I know if I made the shot or if I missed the shot, it's because just my skill level doesn't really allow me to make every single shot. So I was just fine with that, because I know it's fixed. If I want to become better at shot making, I need to go to the practice table. But right now, I'm in a match and I know mistakes are going to happen, and I accept those mistakes. I just don't worry about them anymore, because I know my skill level is fixed. I'm just trying to focus on the process, and all of a sudden I had no pressure whatsoever. And isn't it beautiful to play the game without any pressure? Wouldn't it be great to be in competition and be able to play in competition without any pressure? This would be so much more fun. And believe me, it is a whole lot more fun, and you're automatically gonna play so much better. And if you want to learn more about that, and if you want much more videos just like that about the mental game, what I did was I put like 12 video lessons, the key takeaways I've got from those hundreds and thousands of matches in competition, into 12 key lessons, put it into a video just like that. So if you're interested in that, then just head to the video description, visit my shop and get that package right here. But in the end, I have to say, it basically all comes down to not worrying about your skill level, just worrying about performing at the table. And if this was helpful for you, then leave a thumbs up, subscribe for more. And if you have any questions or any suggestions yourself, how you mastered the mental game, let me know in the comments. I'm going through all the comments. All right, next video will be at the table again. And until then, thanks for watching, guys. And as always, see you at the next lesson. Take care.